Good afternoon, friends. We're back for another cup of or hour of jaw time with Realtor Jeet, and we have all my guests are special.
Water.
All of my guests are special, and I have a special guest coming today. And I want to thank him first for serving our country. He is a veteran, an Army veteran, and a third generation realtor. Something that I love about social media is that we can connect to people all over the world, all over the country. And I'm so honored to have met my new friend and colleague. His name is Ajay Ghiaar, and I hope I pronounced your last
Oh, that
name
was the
right.
perfect,
Okay, I'm
ever
gonna
I have
bring him up
heard
right
it.
now.
Somebody perfectly pronounced it. I'm glad for that. Thanks, Harjeet.
Great. I'm so happy I pronounced it. I should be able to pronounce it properly. I'm Indian too.
Oh, yes. I mean, I don't mind even if somebody calls me AJ because that's how, people calls me. And when I was like in army, um, they used to call me G.
G?
Yeah, just G.
G. Oh, okay.
So, because we go by last name in army, so they were
Okay.
not being able to pronounce it
Oh,
anyways. But, so
Ajay Ghiaar, folks, he's here. We want to first thank you for your service.
thanks for all the support.
Oh, my pleasure. And so now he's so proud to have served our country, and now even more blessed and honored to serve the community in itself and where he lives. So
Hmm.
you want to tell us a little bit about that, Ajay, like where you're from, what community you're serving right now, and
So I I live in northern Dallas, and like my services are mostly on northern Dallas side, but I'm not limited. Like I provide services of real estate like anywhere in Dallas Fort Worth area, like Metroplex and everywhere. So I'm pretty much open about that thing. But the market down here again, like in northern Dallas, is hot. Like if we get like sold in 2 weeks, we don't have any inventories left then. Like we just have inventories worth of 2 weeks. That's it.
inventory left of
For for two,
inventory for 2 weeks.
for 2 weeks only. So if we are sold like in 2 weeks, Northern Dallas is not having any houses left to be sold.
Oh wow.
So and the thing is like it is so tough right now to bring like more homes on the market, like market being sellers market. Um, nationally, you will be aware about the thing. The situation right now is 132 buyers for a single house. So that's what going on, and Texas is also in the beat, like war of the beats.
Yeah,
So
because we have that influx of buyers coming from other states into Texas
yes,
right now.
that's true. I mean, many people, they are moving here and they're loving Texas, like particularly due to the weather.
Mhm.
um you are in cold kind of state, so I know, like I used to live in Jersey, and sometimes I was in New York, um for a while. Like I was in Cooperstown. That was a small town, but it was a nice place to live. So I know how cold it gets down there, and it's a total different weather down here. Like if somebody wants to move from there, it's going to be a pretty much like different life down here. You still have great advantage and benefits of metro city, and the life here is like kind of, um you can say, combination of both. Like if people are interested for like hard paced life, if they want to like run kind of thing, Texas is for you. If you want to like lay back and chill, Texas is for you. So everybody gets like taste of everything what they want down here.
Oh, that's awesome. I
Mhm.
actually had a seller from here who moved here. We sold his house.
Mhm.
Originally, his plan was to drive coast to coast with his RV. And what he ended up doing actually was settling down in Texas.
Mm.
And he made this beautiful, he just sent me pictures and stuff. I'm not going to show the pictures because of my seller.
Right.
He said the 3 bedroom, 2 bathroom that he built. Here it is. And he said he's not missing Long Island.
Mm. I'm not missing New York either, so I don't see why like he would be having trouble like getting settled in Texas. Yep, he's right. I'm with you, buddy.
It's so funny. But he's building a 3 bedroom, 2 bathroom for, oh, here it is, 3 bedroom, 2 bathroom, 2 car garage for $329,000. And that was 2,000 square foot.
Hmm. So
Mm.
we are lucky to still have those kind of inventories in Texas, which is like a
This
kind of
this is a
hard.
house that, sorry to interrupt you. This is a house that he built ground up.
Hmm.
So it's not even um a resale of a house.
Right, absolutely, and that's what I'm saying. Like, I mean, we are still lucky. Like, I just had a client yesterday with whom I went to one of the northern Dallas area. This is called Princeton, and I already have two clients working with that particular builders, like within the budget what your client bought. So I was able to get one of my client under contract for, I guess, like $341,000, but her house is a little bigger, like somewhere around like 2,300, 2,400 square feet, and it's a two-story.
Oh,
The
wow.
other client of mine, she was still lucky to get 1,800 something square feet for 335. But that 335 is because like she had some, kind of custom touches in the house. And like when you have that kind of things, the price is going to increase a little bit, not a way over, but a little bit. So they were still lucky to get those kind of prices packed. But
Yeah,
scenario is different now. Like they still have um availability for, I won't say availability because like people are waiting for their turn, like like if something opens up and they'll be lucky, they'll be getting it, but if not, then they'll be waiting forever, kind of thing. And
yeah.
prices are increasing, not every freaking month, not every freaking like quarter, but it's increasing every freaking day. So
It's so crazy. It is. It's the price is increasing
mhm.
as also the interest rates are increasing.
Interest rate is going high. So I mean, if somebody is willing to buy anywhere, it's not just about Texas. Like if somebody is moving down there, even in New York, and if they are just thinking about
Mhm.
it, don't think much, because this is not the market you would like to miss it out. Because I understand the interest rates are going up. It is still a seller's market, which I don't see it's going to slow down like in near future. It still will be having that kind of fast pace in the market. Because another builder I talked to yesterday, they were like, this market is not going to stop for next 2 years. And that's why what they did is they are putting their houses on the market, and people are going to bid on their houses. So
Okay.
builders have started those kind of things too. Not all, but some of them.
Yeah.
So where the people were getting the houses for the price, where they were like, okay, we're gonna get this price and we'll be under contract, so we don't have to worry about.
Yeah.
Now some of the builders, they will make you bid on their houses. They will also make you bid on the lots. You know. So that is how the market it is right now. So if somebody is thinking to move, this is the right time before it gets worse, because historically the percentage are still low. It's not like we are in that high
Yeah.
tens, or those kind of percentage where the market should
Yeah.
be. So it is still a good beneficial market if somebody is still thinking to move.
That's absolutely, you're absolutely right. That's something that I think a lot of us forget about, um, is that interest rates have been at an all-time low last year or during the pandemic, which now a 4 to 5 or 6% may look like it's a lot.
Right.
It's more of an average, normal type of interest rate that we've been looking at for the last couple of decades before
Hmm.
it was 7% to 10%.
Absolutely. And even if somebody is trying to, calculate, like if at 3% it will be way low than what it is at 6% or 5% or whatever the interest rates are going on now, because the interest rates are changing every hour. So
Yeah.
we would be wrong if we say like this is the interest at what it is going now. Like by the time we will be ending up, it might go another like some points up. who knows, right? So
Yep.
that's the situation is right now. And
Yep.
even if people are comparing that interest rates, it is still not a bad time, because between 3% and 4, 5, 6%, there are just differences of couple of $100, not like thousands of dollars. So
Mhm.
still, it's not a bad time.
No, it's not a bad time. And one of the things is that I like to at least bring awareness of, it's always a good time to purchase a home when you
Hmm.
need to live in a home.
Absolutely. That's very
And
true. That's very true.
so it's always a good time. You just need to find the right home for you that
Hmm.
you can afford to move into and have a good life in there.
Absolutely. You think
Um,
about this way, like I'm a realtor, and I'm buying a house for my dad in Pennsylvania in this market.
yeah,
So if I'm buying that thing, like I still see potential of this market to, grow, and still they have much potential to, increase the prices later on, where you can get more benefits out of your house. You know,
yeah,
so if somebody is buying for a particular amount, like they'll at least get like 10 to 30% hype, like in next 6 months, not in next year, but
yeah,
just within next 6 months they'll be at the hype of like 10 to 30%. And that hype is not like, a regular hype. Like you see those kind of hypes like maybe within like 3 years to 4 years, but this is like just 6 months. So
yeah.
it's a good market.
It definitely I believe it is as well. So one thing I wanted to ask also is, so I'm here in New York. You're down there in South in North Dallas.
Hmm.
And the way we met was amazing.
I know, right? Doesn't
Shift
happen
a
like
little
that way
bit.
all the time, but it was great.
But this is what I'm going to shift a little bit from the physical market to going online, because this
Hmm.
is how we met.
Right.
Um, I saw a few of your TikToks, and then I saw a few more of your TikToks, and I was like, he's funny. So I started liking them, and then I started commenting, and then we messaged each other, and then now we're here. Within the past 2 months, I think we've been in communication with each other,
Hmm.
and we've become really good friends. And this is the thing that I love about social media, or the internet, however you want to call it, is the connections that we can make and build just through this platform. And now when I see someone, one of like my clients, or somebody that I can serve, needs a place, let's say
Hmm.
northern Dallas, Texas,
Hmm.
I know who I'm gonna call. I'm gonna call you because
Exactly same with me. It's exactly same with me. Just the other day, like I was asking about like who is your to go mortgage lender in
yeah,
New York City, and
okay.
we were having
Yeah,
a
I remember.
referral coming in. So that is the way the chain builds up.
Exactly.
And
And
I'm glad like I'm connected with you, and I got connected with you, because you two I mean, I must say, like I'm watching mostly all of your videos. Even if I'm skipping some of those, like I'll be watching later whenever I have the time. And I'm impressed. I'm impressed the way you are, like, doing this thing, and you are consistent on what you are doing. So consistency
thank
is
you.
great, and I don't know how you are being able to manage that thing, but kudos to you. You are doing great.
Oh, thank you. That it actually is. I just I want to give out the value that I learned throughout my day and be able to share it with people, and then also do the work that I do. But here we are tapping into a whole nother market, because our
Hmm.
goal is to either find you the right house at the right price for you, because you're never
Hmm.
going to find the best house, or well,
True.
you'll find the best house, you're never going to find the perfect house. There's no such
Right.
thing.
Hmm.
um I was reading a book from Jeff Shore, and
Hmm.
he says, I guarantee you there's no perfect house. I'm paraphrasing him. It's not word for word, but even Bill Gates didn't get the house that he wanted because he
Right.
couldn't buy an island or a continent.
Hmm.
So you have to compromise somewhere.
True. That's very true. That's very true.
And so the point is that we're looking for the best, as many we're looking for a buyer that's looking for your house. And we're looking for top dollar in the shortest amount of time. And in
Hmm.
order to do that, we have to find that right buyer, the person that's willing to purchase this house because this is what's best for them and this is what they're looking for.
True.
And in order to do that, we do need to broaden our geographical area, let's say.
Hmm.
So billboards on the street or in diners are just not enough. Our billboard is here right now, talking to
Right.
each other and giving out, and we have to give out value at the same time. So
That's
this
true.
is something that, you know, why were you looking at me and why are you looking at Ajay? What value are you gaining for them to do business with them or to have build a partnership with them? So,
Absolutely.
I just love that we were able to get connected this way. And then when we did get on a call, it was like, wow, this is somebody that works like me. And I would definitely refer him to somebody if the opportunity came to refer him to someone. And then you did it. You did it like 3 weeks ago. You're like, hey, do you have somebody?
I know, right?
Which is so cool. And so can you explain? You're doing amazing on TikTok. And I see you're tapping into Instagram right now, and I'll put your Instagram handle here. What's your Instagram handle again? Um, I think Gia
It's
Property.
Properties. Yes.
I'm gonna read it right here. Follow him on Instagram because he absolutely does he's given the value through humor, and it's just absolutely great. So you want to go a little bit on how you started with TikTok?
Well, so it's funny. Like, I mean, the first thing, thank you for such a great introduction. Um,
My pleasure.
actually, like I started TikTok like just like in January sometime. Like actually, I created TikTok on in November sometime, but I wasn't using that time. Like, but effectively, I started in January. So when I jumped on that thing, first thing, like I'm not like that kind of guy like who'll be like coming to the camera and I'm like, oh, I'm so much confident, I'll be killing it,
Mhm.
um I was always getting away from camera in the beginning, but then I thought like I need to get out there, I need to provide the value to the people who are willing to move to Texas or who are willing to move anywhere in the country
Mhm.
wherever they want to. So how can I do that thing? And I came across TikTok as the weapon because TikTok is killing it out there.
Mhm.
Instagram, Facebook, everything is, but TikTok is something like which is like way over than everything right now. And with those short videos, you have powerful message for people.
Yeah.
What do they want to know? They can just know from TikTok itself. Like the other day, I was even um, watching the TikTok, and there was a little story about a woman, like why there was a client, which was her mother, her own mother, who was not willing to sell her house with her own kid, but she was willing to sell the house with the realtor who sold the house 30 years ago.
Oh wow.
And that was just a little story. She explained it so well in like 30 seconds. So I was like, this is impressive. You can tell your story, you can make yourself familiar to other people like just within 15, 20, 30 seconds, which is good. Like YouTube is powerful, but YouTube is something where people comes when they need like much knowledge. They want to understand like each and every step of like how to buy a house and what we need to do and this and that. But if they just need a hint like what's going on in the market and how we're going to proceed, TikTok is powerful. and mostly everybody is on TikTok like these days, like mostly even not just the millennials, but um, in our age, even people are there on TikTok. So it is very powerful. So what happened is, like, when I started, I was giving like half a day to TikTok. I was doing nothing, but just to produce one particular video, I was like giving away 10 to 12 hours to that video. And that happened for like 3 4 days, and then I was getting hold of like how to do, what to do, and kind of thing, and good time to post the TikTok and those kind of things. And eventually it started working out to me. It started working out with me.
And
And just
you're
within,
doing amazing with it.
I mean, I'm thankful that I'm doing at least something better than what I was before, using TikTok. And I'm liking that thing. Yes.
That's great. And I love how you said it because it's so true. The consistency you put in the work that you put behind it is
Mm-hmm.
what shows the results are shown are being built through that.
Absolutely.
And it's not something like you said, it's not something that you did overnight and you're like, "Oh, hey, I could do this." Same thing with me when I started the videos.
Mm-hmm.
I started lives. I'm doing a live right now. I
Right.
feel like I can talk better with lives, and my coach Seiko and sorry, my throat is hurting. My coach Seiko and Dave Finale, they were talking. They were like talking about videos
Mm-hmm.
and how important it is in our industry, especially in our industry. It's super important to do videos. So
Absolutely.
why aren't other agents doing so many videos or putting themselves out there?
Right.
And for me, I was like, well, I did start my stuff in 2017, but then I stopped. They're like, why? And I'm like, well, because sometimes I don't like how my hair looks. Or sometimes I just don't feel like being in front of the
Right.
camera because I don't like how I look. And they said, well, nobody cares how you look. Just get on the camera and they care about the value that you have to provide to them. That's what people care about. I said, that's so true. And if I don't tell
Mm-hmm.
them the value, if I don't share the value, then that just stays in here. And then
Mm-hmm.
it's going to be useless if it just stays in here and it's not going anywhere else. So,
Absolutely.
um,
Absolutely.
so thank you
I,
for
I,
taking the action and getting out there for sharing your story, sharing, the value, the educational stuff that you do share on your TikTok for the housing market, and on Instagram right now.
mm-hmm.
And excuse me
Absolutely.
because my throat is killing me, so I don't know
Oh,
how.
I'm so sorry about that thing. But I'm thankful to you as well, because your Instagram is killing. Those videos you are putting there are awesome. Everyday thing, like putting this many videos is not a joke. You have to not just be consistent, but it is like all about time blocking thing. you know
Yeah,
and what I think personally is, like, when not just realtor but any person who is more socialized will be having more knowledge. I'm thinking about the agents who are not doing anything like that, like they will be just not getting out of that cage kind of thing. They're like, no, I don't want to be on social media, but then again you're hurting yourself and your clients,
mhm,
because now you'll be not aware of the current things, what's going on in the market. Most of the time, it's not like it's always, but most of the time that happens, because when we are on social media, we are aware about the things what going on, like in other part of the country. Like I'm much aware about like what's going on uh, in New York, in Ireland, just because I met you and I have that knowledge now. So if, say, somebody wants to move to the island, and if they comes to me, I'll be having more knowledge than the other agent who haven't met you or who haven't met somebody from the island.
yeah,
And I can guide them towards that thing, like, hey, I have a good friend over there, and like, I have heard about, like, from a good realtor. Like, it's not a story what I'm reading or what I'm listening from other people, but this is the story which is coming from a good realtor down there. So that would be based on facts.
yep,
So I like the way how social media has been powerful, not just to advertise yourself, but to grab more and more knowledge out of that thing, to
yeah,
make yourself powerful enough to provide good service to your clients.
yeah,
So I think, like, the people who are not on social media, particularly in real estate, they are hurting themselves a lot. They need to get out of that kind of thing, and they need to get out on social media.
I love that you said that. It's what we focus on is what we will see and what we will get.
Exactly.
And that's like literally what I was hearing from you just now is that understanding other towns, other states, other
Mm-hmm.
countries just by looking and getting to know the other person on the other side of that social media platform, like the creator, that content creator, to
Mm-hmm.
learn from them and get to know them. You now know, like, and trust them. You
Yep.
know, now you know that this is a real person. They go to real places, and I know for a fact that like this person likes going over here because they said the food tastes like this, and
Mm-hmm.
the views at this place look like this because look, they're not filtering out the beaches, they're not
Mm-hmm.
filtering out the parks, and this is what
Right.
it looks like. So this is what this town looks like. So I have knowledge for other towns because I'm following such a group of realtors. It's your tribe, you attract your tribe. Now,
Absolutely.
if you just focus on all the negative that's happening on social media, that's what you're gonna see, and that's what's gonna keep popping up on your feed.
Right. I
It
love like you said that thing, you bring out that negative topic, and it's not just about like social media, but that negativity is everywhere in society. So
yeah,
you will have to filter that out. Like same thing is with the social media, but don't be afraid of those kind of things. That's a kind of
yeah,
regular part of life, and you need to tackle that. So
definitely.
absolutely, absolutely, that's true. Realtor, I just want to know like what kind of market it is right now there in Ireland. What's going on? Like we discussed about this like a month ago, I know, but
Mhm.
has that been changed, or it has become more and more worse, just like here?
It's the same over here as it is in Texas. Our inventory is low because once we do get hit something gets hit on the market, it's gone within the next day or 2.
That's true.
So, um, yeah, it's under contract within a week or 2. I just, saw one of my friends, they put an offer in $100,000 over
Mm-hmm.
and waived everything, and they still got an offer that was higher,
Higher than them. Absolutely. Ab-
and it's
that's
just
happening.
so, one of the other things is, like, some houses are being listed very low,
Mm-hmm.
which create that frenzy.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so I think the best thing to do to level it out is actually put the house on the fair market value.
Yep. That's
Um,
true.
you put it up on the fair market value now, it it's kind of like a mind trick where if it's too low, now you know, oh, this is too good to be true. Let's put in way over asking because
Mm-hmm.
we could afford this. Now, if you're at the fair market value, you might get 20, 30, 40, 50. I've seen up to 80,000 go over that
Mm-hmm.
fair market value. And it's just that's where people are right now. And what did you say? For every one buyer, there's 132
Oh yes, that's the national average right now is
132
132
buyers
buyers
for every
for
one
one
house.
house, for every one house. And there are people who are creating cows, like there will be um you know a recession soon, and this market is going to die. And just understand this thing, this is not 2008 9.
Mm,
We understand that part, just like other people do. 2008 9 was very different than what it is right now. Like this is a real market where the banks are not maxing out the loans, because like in 2008 9 they used to max out the loans, and that's how the banks got burned, the financial
mm,
industry got burned. This market is something where they will be still doing the appraisal, and they will be like pretty sure about that thing, like they're not paying over the appraisal or anything like that. So this is not something where people should be scared about. If
mm.
they're buying something, they just like in the beginning you said, like when you're buying a house, just think about buying that house because you want to live somewhere you know
Yeah.
Just think about that. Like you are buying a house, and just just think about this thing as well. Like whatever the price was in 2008-9, do we have the same price now? We don't. So even if it was a recession time, we are out of that thing, right? We already are out of that thing, and people have made tons of money who invested in that market too. Similar is with this
Yeah.
market. Even if it is a seller's market, it is not just the sellers are making money. Even the buyers who are buying the house and investing to their lifetime investments, they are making money out of this market. So absolutely, don't be scared. Go out and
My dog agrees.
he agrees. That's what I say. Like we have one.
He's clapping his hands. He's like, yes.
I'm glad he said that.
He just hears the door.
Absolutely.
um, but no, you're absolutely
But
right.
yes, I mean the market is still good to buy anything. Like don't get afraid, or don't be like that kind of person who will be like thinking and thinking, because I have seen those kind of clients as well, who were thinking to buy like a year ago and now they are still thinking. So
We get those all the
what
time.
happened in between is like the price change. What happened in between is the interest change.
Yeah.
And that is also true with the buyers who are thinking now and who are not acting. So
Mm,
absolutely they need to take advantage of this market.
yeah, absolutely. And I love what you said. It's like think of what you have right now and what you want your in your future. So it's like
Mm-hmm.
if you're only thinking about now and you refuse to or you yeah, if you refuse to look into your future, it can cost you so much
Absolutely.
more.
Absolutely, that's
Like,
true.
are you looking at the price or are you looking at the cost?
Mm-hmm.
What is it actually going to cost you if you don't invest into your future?
Mm-hmm.
Because either way, I mean, if you we could go into a huge topic with renters and
Yeah. Yes.
buyers with this, but it's like really investing into your future. Are you what is the cost going to be versus the price?
Mm-hmm.
And I just need to open the door for
Sure.
the dog for a minute. Just give me one moment. He would have just started scratching my door, and I wasn't gonna have
Sure.
that. But yes, so a question to ask yourself is what is the price versus the cost when you're investing into
True.
your future or
I
your
love
home?
that thing.
And
Mm-hmm.
and that's what you reminded me of when we, just talking about this right now. And
Mm-hmm.
okay, I don't know. Go look over there. I love. Give me 1 second. I'm sorry.
No, no, that's fine. I have a 4-year-old, so I understand.
Sorry.
That's okay.
Normally I drop her off to my mom's house, and my mom came to pick her up right now. um, so yes, price versus cost. That's what we were talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and now we have Texas, New York,
Mm-hmm.
and I in the introduction I introduced you as a third generation realtor,
Mm-hmm.
and that's pretty interesting. So you want to
So yeah, I'll specify that thing. Like, I
yeah.
mean, it's not in this country. I'm a third generation, but I have this thing coming back from India, where my origin is from. So
Mhm.
uh, it's not just realtors, but my grandfather he was a developer and a builder, like who used to develop like societies and those kind of things, like large buildings and those kind of things back in India, where I'm coming from,
Mhm.
which my father adopted, later on, like in his young age, like when he was, I think, like 15 or 16. He started taking interest and he started doing the things what his dad was doing, and he started learning from him. The same way was with me. Like I was seeing this thing every day in my house. Like, what else I'm gonna learn, right? So
Mhm.
I was learning these things from my dad, and eventually, when I was like, um, I'll say 17, when I start like really putting myself in there and like creating more interest into the business. And by the
Mhm.
time I was 20, I was investing in real estate. I was like buying and selling real estate and doing all the things
In
from
India
20 to 20
or here?
in India. That was in
Okay,
India. And I still have that generational business going on back in India.
that's
So
amazing.
that's the reason, like, I need to go to India every 6 months or a year to look after my business, what is there.
That's great.
And typically saying the skills, yes, the skills, the knowledge, everything you have from one business in other country is the same thing you will utilize in other country for the same business, you know
Yep.
because it could be a different process of buying and selling in that country versus this country, but the skills are same. The buyers mentality are kind of same, the seller's mentality is kind of same. So
Mhm.
I have that knowledge from that thing. But um I'm glad you bring that out. Like, that was like, bringing me back into that nostalgic kind of thing, like where I was imagining myself like being that young again and doing the stuff what I had started. But
It's
yes.
great. I find it fascinating that when we were talking and when we were getting to know each other, and you said, "I'm third generation, my family in India did this,
Hmm.
and I brought it here, and I'm continuing it over here," which was like, wow, you took what you knew something, and you brought it here, and then you created a system, and you're working on that system right now and building this business that you are right over here. So you can, and this is what I want to share with people is that you can do what you want to do. You can follow your dreams. You can be whatever you want to be. It's just you have to have the tenacity, the will, and the why to do it. And
Absolutely.
I mean, it
I'm
just,
glad you said that. That's very true. The why is the main thing. Like, there should be a why in your life, like to concentrate on something, to your goals and everything. There should be a why.
of course. And I love how you said, I'm building, I continue that generational wealth for what you're doing. And I'm sure you're doing it for your children and
Oh
your
yeah.
4-year old that's not disturbing you.
It's because he's with his mom right now, but he's the same way your kid is, so he's no different.
No, they're so cute. I mean,
Oh yeah.
she knows what she knows right now. She's like, mom
Right.
knows has the answer to everything. So if she has a question, she doesn't care what mom is doing. The
Hmm.
question needs to be answered.
that that's very same with my kid, and I'm liking that thing. This generation is smarter, way
Yes,
smarter than we are. They'll be correcting us on
definitely.
something. We will be like, what, how did you know that thing?
Yeah. She started this thing that she about last week. She wrote her first book.
Hmm.
And why I say first book is because she actually folded the papers
Oh my gosh.
and she like drew, and then she came up to me. I was on a call and she came up to me and she's like, "Look, I drew a book," because like I always have
Hmm.
books on my table, and she's like, "Look, I drew a book." And she started telling me the story,
Uh-huh.
and which gave me an idea. I'm like, this girl loves to be on the video and she loves to do these Instagram videos. And so I said, why don't you do this? You write your books and then you can tell the story. And that's the video you put up. So not only is she illustrating books, she's reading them, and
Hmm.
it's growing, her skill set in that while she's playing and entertaining herself.
Wow, that
Um,
is so good.
Yeah, like trying, like let's make use of this now. And again, that's where we came, like, going back to what we were talking about in the beginning,
Mm-hmm.
is how can we use the social media as a tool to gain knowledge and give value.
Mm-hmm.
And
That's
yours
true.
say that sharing it for the baby is, you want to entertain yourself, you can teach yourself as well while you're entertaining yourself,
Right.
which
And
is
that's all about, the blend of everything to be get out on social media. So uh, why I got like that kind of people liking my videos and just within short time is not just because I'm putting real estate, but I'm putting blend of everything
yep.
for everybody. So what happens is I somebody if they are like looking at the gas prices, I'll be putting stuff about those things. I don't care about like politically being right or wrong. It is just my version of things. That's what
Yeah.
I feel. And sometimes, like, people will be like, don't you think like you shouldn't be doing that kind of political things? And it's gonna hurt your business. I was like, it's not gonna hurt my business. First thing, like, if people are interested, they're gonna come to me anyways, because this
Mhm.
is a separate thought than what I'm doing actually. So
Yeah.
put yourself out there as you are. Don't just
Authenticity.
play with yourself
Mhm.
and try to be that polished kind of person just
Yeah.
to get some more clients. They're going to know anyways.
Yeah, be
People are
authentically you.
smarter than you. That's
I
the thing.
love that.
So
Just be authentically you.
be authentically you, be organic. That's it. Be
That's
organic,
amazing.
be the way you are, and they're going to accept you the way you are. They
Great.
want to see you. They don't want to see the exact business person within you. They want
Yeah,
to see you first, and then they want to see that business person. So be
yeah.
the way you are, and they're going to love you.
I love that. They don't wanna see a scripted person.
Nope. Nobody likes that. I don't like a scripted person if the
And
script is
people
not
feel
good.
it. You're
Yep.
so right. People feel it. They could actually feel you being scripted or not you.
Mm-hmm.
And they can feel like they're being forced or pushed onto something versus being actually given value, like gaining value from you. So
True.
that's important. Is it's how you deliver your message.
Mm-hmm.
Um, that's beautiful. I know we're about to come to an end. So what I do love is that I always ask my guest to have a closing thought, and then we close from there.
I'll say, just like I said, like, be the person you are, kind of. This message is for everybody who are watching out there. Like, be the person you are. Like, just don't be scared enough to get out and be socializing. Or if you are watching this video, you can create your own video as well.
Yep.
So be the person you are, and you can conquer everything and anything you want.
That. Thank you so much again for joining us here with Jaw Time with Realtor Jeet.